In our second Dirt Rally 2.0 DLC showcase video, we're going to be putting the new Opel Manta 400 through its paces around the lightning quick tarmac of Spain. Should be a fun one, let's get started. What's going on, guys? My name is Matilio and welcome back to Dirt Rally 2.0 and the second of our DLC videos for today. And this time out we are going to be taking a look at the Opel Manta 400. Now, if you didn't see the first video featuring the BMW M1 Pro car, there'll be a card in the top right hand corner now. You can go check that out. But like I said, we are going to be checking out the Opel Manta 400, and this came into rallying in I think 1983, I think it was. It was a replacement for the Opel Ascona, which had varying degrees of success and battled valiantly the previous year, 82, against the initial Audi Quattro, and this came in to replace it basically. And the Opel and GM, which were the big entity behind Opel at the time, and I think they still are, if memory serves correctly, they were hoping it would sort of pick up where it left off, but unfortunately it just didn't. It couldn't compete with the Audi and the Lancia, it sort of fell by the wayside a little bit. They were planning a four-wheel drive version. The head of Opel, I think, the head of Opel Motorsport, ordered a four-wheel drive version, but I think GM, not really seeing much point, I think they pulled the plug, and unfortunately that Opel Manta four-wheel drive never saw the light of day, sadly. In terms of the actual car itself, though, I know a guy, well, I'd say know a guy, but a guy up the street from me used to own a couple of these cars, the road-going versions, so a little bit of a soft spot for them. They are quite nice looking cars, in my opinion. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the stats. So this falls into the Group B rear wheel drive category, along with the BMW M1 Pro car. 275 brake horsepower, which when compared to most Group B cars, they've probably got twice that amount, or coming close to it. So you can see where the big problem lied with this car. 2,100 pounds in terms of weight. It's got a 2.4 litre four-cylinder engine, naturally aspirated. Again, that probably would have played into its problems. The majority of the Group B cars were, turbocharged or supercharged, or in the case of the Delta S4, both. 5-speed manual gearbox, and yeah, like I said, I've been looking forward to this car, probably more so than the BMW, even though the BMW has more power and is a bit more thrilling. I've been looking forward to this car because apparently it was it had quite a lot of grip. It was a very, well set up car in terms of grip, so I should enjoy this one. And for this one, we're going to be going to Spain. So, we're going to see what we can manage around here. It's the Vinitos dentro del Valle Para, whatever that means in English. If you do speak Spanish, you can translate that into some sort of English. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, we're going to give this a go and see what we can muster from this one. Like I said, I've not really thought anything in terms of lap time. We can take a look at the leaderboard, I suppose, and see what we can muster from this. But yeah, I've had a little go with the Opel, and it's not too bad. It is a little bit easier to drive, I think, than the BMW, and I think most of that just purely comes down to the fact that it just doesn't have the same amount of power, so it's a little bit more forgiving when you get on the beans. But yeah, so let's take a look at the actual leaderboards and see what the sort of times we've got here. Only 6 drivers and 3:24.6, so maybe we can go on and get an actual top time for once, perhaps, maybe, I don't know, probably not. But if we can beat the current best Opel Manta time of 3:58.2, I'll be relatively happy. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the soft tyres just to give us the best possible chance we've got. So yeah, let's get things started. I'm gonna get things set up, and we're gonna see what we can do. Okay then, guys, so here we are. We're just about ready to get things started. So yeah, in the small amount of, I did have a little go with this around Monte Carlo, and it did feel like it had quite a decent amount of grip, so I'm keen to see what it can do with soft tyres around the completely bone dry tarmac of Spain. Like I said, I don't really have a time in mind. If we can get ourselves on the leaderboard and be the fastest Opel Manta, I'll be happy with that. And also, of course, don't bin it. Words to live by for Matinho, I think. So yeah, let's see what the Opel Manta can do, and see what we can do with it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1
A bit of a delay start there.
30, 2 left tightens. Into 3 right long, opens 50. Don't cut 6 right, opens of a crest, into flat left 100. Early 4 left, 4 right, extra long, don't cut, opens into 5 left, opens 80. 4 left, extra long, into 6 right, keep middle of a 30, 6 right, tightens 4, opens, tightens 5 right, into 5 left long, into 6 right of a crest, into 5 left, extra long, 30, 5 right long, tightens 3, into 4 left long, 30.
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
Tightens into 4 left long, tightens
A little bit slidey at the rear, but not so slidey and wild that it's just feeling unmanageable and daunting.
6 left, 150. Early 5 left, 100. 3 right tightens into cut 4 left. Into 5 left, small cut of a crest. Into 6 right long, caution 30, 5 right long, tightens narrow 3. 50, slow 5 left of a crest long, into 3 right. Into 4 left, small cut into caution, 6 right, 2 left long. Opens 6, into 3 right, very long, tightens 100.
Yeah, the one area this thing
3 right tightens, into 2 left long, tightens 1.
might need a little bit of
30.
tweaking is the
6
braking.
left, into 4 right, opens long, tightens past junction, 5 left, opens extra long, into 4 right long, 50, 6 left long, opens 100, 5 right,
I'm quite hesitant.
extra long, tightens to crest, and 6 left, extra long, tightens cut, opens 50, 6 right, 100, 6 right of a crest, slow, keep left of a crest, 60, caution, 2 right tightens, opens 6, into small cut, 3 left long, tightens 1, small cut, 70, 4 right long, 30, 2 right. Into 2 left long, tightens, don't cut, opens 100, 5 right long, tightens over crest, into 4
Yeah, it
left
feels
long,
good. I am having
into
to
slow, small cut, 5 right, 3 left,
concentrate a
2
bit.
right, tighten, small cut, into 6 left, opens 50,
Oh, don't want to be out
6
here.
left, keep right of a 30, 1 left tightens. 2 right, small cut, into 3 left long, into 2 right tightens, 6 left over finish, 70 to stop.
Ooh, there we go. Ah, 4 minutes 037. Where does that put us on the leaderboards, I wonder? I don't think we beat the best Opel Manta time. No, we didn't. We were down by 2 seconds. Disappointing. Very disappointing. Seems like the M1 Pro car is the car to have, I guess. But yeah, I mean, overall, it did feel pretty good. I think with a bit of tweaking, it could be better. The braking is the one issue I had with this car. It felt a little bit reluctant to get slowed down. But then when it did sort of get slowed down, it the rear end would go very, very light, and you'd be, you know, having to do snaps of counter steer left or right. But I mean, overall, it did feel very good, and it did feel like you could throw it around a bit and give it something, and it wouldn't bite your hand off, which is, you know, mostly, you know, generally been my experience with rear-wheel drive cars. You're having to tippy-toe with them and be very, very gentle with your power inputs. But this feels a bit more planted and a bit more manageable. So if you are trying to get into the rear-wheel drive cars, I would suggest giving this one a go, because it seems pretty good overall. But yeah, there we go, guys. So that's pretty much the end of today's video. As always, guys, if you've got this DLC and you've given it a try, let me know in the comments what have you thought about it. Do you prefer the Opel Manta? Do you prefer the BMW M1 Pro car? If so, if so, why? And which one do you prefer and why? Always happy to hear from you guys. But once again, thank you so much for watching. Stay cool, and as always, I will catch you in the next video. Peace!